rooster. You hit go live. Larry's still telling that story about Banana Guy. Hold up, why is the audio muted? Chat says they can't hear me again. We're running 10 minutes late, maybe 15. Larry's camera freezing mid-scene. Roosters clicking buttons that don't do nothing. OBS looking like a Rube Goldberg machine. It's that ship show starting, baby. Everything's broke, but we're still going crazy. Mike's too hot, Streamlabs crashing. But the coops in chat and Rooster's talking cruise fashion. Cruise talk is what everybody craves. But instead we're talking my groovy 7-inch cave. Larry's talking greens. Rooster's lost his notes. And the intro song still hasn't hit the post. Yeah, the ship show's rolling, baby. Nothing works right, but not because we're lazy. Oh, we'll blame the mics, the chat, the buttons. But that's just funk that makes y'all ship show gluttons. You hear me now? You're muted, town. We've been live for 20 minutes. That's the ship show style. Y'all know the drill. We late, we loud, and we loving it. Now hit that intro, baby. If it plays.
Welcome to the ship show, you silly mother cluckers.
If you ever wanted to see Al Clayco with a mullet, you found him. I'm here. Just call me Mullet. Al. Sorry.
Convinced you were a football fan, yeah, you sold that shit. Browns on Sunday, Buckeyes too. Turned out that whole thing wasn't really true. What you really loved was hangover cheeseburgers and me, and being a dirty dancing slipping digits groupie. Strong as hell, smart as hell, loves every animal alive. Never thought the girl I married would have us driving 6 hours to Ohio with a bearded dragon and 2 geckos riding shotgun by our side. You don't always get the joke, you take it literal. That taco and burrito thing got real philosophical. You'll win the argument right there in the moment, but later on reason hits and then you own it. You're a ball of lovable anxiety, best damn mom distiller that I've ever seen. When you call my name, scamper up all excited, squeeze me tight like you can't help it. Yeah, I like it from your sexy little feet to your legs and your butt. Them hips, that belly, girl, I love all of it. What face, hair, neck, smile, every inch I see.
Degenerate Dojo.
You're my smelly Kelly. I talk some shit, yeah, I'm loud, I sing, but I'm your
Hiya. Celebrate the day.
Bring me a beer. The power to restore is always greater than the power to destroy. Oh. Give me some of that bourbon.
But it's my bourbon.
Don't push me, 'cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Mama said knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
Kindness and generosity bring rewards.
An act of force is never welcome.
Celebrate the day.
Celebrate the day. Get your own beer. Kindness spreads farther than you realize. Even if people don't accept your kindness, it's good to spread it all around. Be the good in the world.
Hi, my name's Amy. My mum's Emma from Emma's Cafe. She's at work at the moment because she has to take the night off to watch this thing called The Sip Show. I'm not sure what that's about. I asked my mum about who my dad is, and she said that he was a great soldier from America. Maybe one day I'll get to meet my dad. Anyway, my mum's calling back, so I better go. Bye.
The Ship Show. Whoa. The Ship Show. Exciting and new. Ship Show. The Ship Show. Hoping tonight we make it through. Ship Show. The Ship Show. The Ship Show. Wednesdays at 9. Ship Show. We're late again for the 100th time. Cruise tales are told in Larry's own way. He's laughing so hard. What did he just say? The Ship Show. Rooster and Larry will bring the fun. The Ship Show. The Ship Show. Promising nothing to anyone. With the coop aboard, the chaos is sublime. The show's starting now. Will it work this time? The Ship Show. Oh, the Ship Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The Ship Show. Hey, Ship Show. The Ship Show. Oh, the Ship Show.
Welcome to the Ship Show, Mother Cluckers.
Oh, God, please tell me it's working. Tell me it's working. Oh, heaven's sakes alive. Someone tell me it's working. I'm begging. I'm praying.
It's working.
You never know around here. You just never, ever, ever, ever know. It's all good, says moderator Scott McNeil.
Hello, Scott.
Scott Neal all up in your fields. He's got the hammer, baby, who's in that cruiser pill. Scott McNeil is gonna keep it real. Mother cluckers, it's Scott
McNeil. Could you hear that, Larry?
I heard it.
It's working. It's working.
Everything's working. Don't touch anything. Uh-oh.
Wait. Uh-oh. I think the battery's dying. But that was supposed to be a full-on siren. But ladies and gentlemen, it's working. Announcement! It's working! For anyone interested upstairs, it's working!
Yeah, like they care.
It's time to change the batteries. We got any C batteries up there? Somebody want to bring some down? Oh, no? Okay. Never mind. All right. Well, Kevitopia was successful in his mission of bringing back a bottle of Woodford Reserve. Now, let me tell you a little hack I've learned recently in my unemployment. For the ship show, I drink bourbon, and I've gone to what I didn't used to like, but I found a life hack. Okay, you go to Costco first, and you buy yourself a bottle of pure vanilla extract, okay? Or your local grocer, or some guy on the side of the road, whoever's got it. And then you get yourself a $13 bottle of Benchmark 8. Made by Buffalo Trace. Wasn't my favorite. Now, their full proof is fabulous. I like it. Put yourself a capful of that pure vanilla extract in there. And, it's totally takes away any of the spiciness. It's a life hack that you could try for like mixing and stuff. So yeah, okay. Costco does have good bourbon, and I like their bourbon. It's actually made by the folks at 1792 Bardstown, I believe. And here, they didn't. Our Costco opened about 5 months ago, maybe, and they had it like the first month they were open. And they haven't had it since, and I check all the time. So if you've got a line on it, Tess, let me know. So I see Big Bad Al's in the place.
Hello, Al. It's probably about 80 degrees down there.
I'm playing the Big Bad Al song if you can't hear it.
I can hear it.
I did it in the style of Jim Croce, like Bad Leroy Brown, but it didn't quite work out.
He's here until
He's here until the Tylenol PM shuts him down.
That is funny. That is funny.
Welcome, Dad. Remind me around the holidays, the base sometimes has special stuff. You know, for those of you who are in Michigan, which probably isn't a whole heck of a lot, I will say, I found out at the money game on Friday night at our virtual simulators that this local gas station called Westco is like the source for good bourbon on Tuesday mornings. They had Stag last week, but it's only one of the Costco's in our area, and it's like 25 minutes from my house, but I've never seen Stag in the wild. Never. I've had it at a restaurant, but I've never seen it for sale. And I told the guy, I said, you listen here, my friend. Next time you see some Stag, do me a favor. Message me immediately, and I will Venmo you for some Stag. Or anything. E.H. Taylor they get, apparently. You name it.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's, I think that's...
the prices of everything are coming down because liquor sales in general are way, way down. Way down.
Well, not from me, they're not.
Well, I'm just telling you, it's coming because I see things around here that I mean, I can walk into any liquor store and get a bottle of Buffalo Trace for $20.88.
$20.88.
Yes.
Shut the front door. So
Yes.
I can't. It's $30 here, but still, that's a steal almost.
I'm telling you, I've been reading more and more stuff that alcohol consumption is down, and they keep saying it's the younger people, and I'm like, yeah, they probably are taking gummies. They take gummies instead of liquor.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it would be.
Big Al says no Tylenol PM tonight. But Larry, you're probably onto something with that. Everybody's too tired to have a nice bourbon. They're taking bong rips and doing the gummy jammers. I can't do any of that stuff. It sends my mind into a freaking tailspin. And believe me, I've tried it all. I've tried the gummies. I've tried the freaking the little M&Ms that are just like it's not my thing. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Not mine either.
Kevatopia says ripping a fat vape, man. Yeah, I've never seen Buffalo Trace for $20. That's for daggum sure.
At Costco, they'll have it in the handles too.
Well, we can't get. I mean, I'll be honest, Larry. Finding Buffalo Trace is like a once a month thing around here, if you're lucky. But
now.
When we went to the distillery, it was $30.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, it's everywhere. The prices come way down. Prices of other things have come way down. And then I watch these. See these shows or these news clips, and they talk about alcohol sales being way down, that this young generation are not alcohol drinkers. And I think it was Jim Beam said they stopped producing regular Jim Beam. They have so much of it right now.
Well, I didn't know you could use. I didn't know you could use bourbon to make vanilla, but I guess if you had high enough proof, you could extract it. Yeah, but so. Stop, Loons. I know you're here. You want to say hi to the folks. Larry just got off Margaritaville at Sea, and he wants to tell you all about it. No, I'm just kidding. He just got off the Celebrity Wonder.
Celebrity Beyond.
Celebrity Beyond. And Larry, let me tell you, I was sitting here for like 15 minutes last week. I sent you the link, and I'm texting you like, hey, what's up? But before we get into your critique, okay, well, I want to hear the story about your telephone. Yeah, that's what I want you to tell this story, because I am absolutely fascinated by it. This is something that I would do.
Yes. Yeah.
It reminds me of Alaska when you went and you grabbed my package from the hotel. And a funny story about that package. I'm not going to tell the story right now, but I did want to tell you two things that are pretty exciting. Tomorrow, we leave for St. John the day after Easter. So what's that, 2 weeks from now? I think so, yeah. But, and we're going night snorkeling, Larry, at Maho Beach in St. John. Not to be confused with the Maho Beach somewhere else.
That's St. Martin.
Yeah, this is St. John Maho Beach. This is a crazy, awesome beach. We are going night snorkeling, and I'm excited about it. Apparently, at night, like after sunset, instead of seeing a bunch of fish and maybe a turtle here and there, what you see is the octopi out feeding, and you see schools of stingrays swimming real low to the seagrass, and you also see the parrotfish sleeping in their mucus sacs. So I'm excited about that.
That sounds wonderful.
Well, I mean, I did, and you take a flashlight. And we did the safety thing. We all ordered special LED lights that glow a certain color so we can identify our group from others. And, find each other in case, but I mean, there's no waves. Everything's
like a head flashlight on or something?
You can get a head flashlight, yeah, but they sell the underwater flashlights that kind of tether around seagrass. No, around your wrist. I'm reading Kevatopia's comment wanting to know if they're smoking seagrass. They call that feeding the sharks locally.
I was like putting lights around your seagrass.
Tess Almond wants to know if Larry packed another banana in his pocket.
No, that wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you.
That was the man in front of me that was going through security. That was not me.
Okay, so the two things before we get to this cruise breakdown, because when you told me the good, the bad, and the boring, I spruced it up a little bit, and I said the good, the bad, and the what the... But I don't know if you saw the thumbnail.
I did. It was very good.
But
it was funny where you put me because that is a huge story of mine.
Okay, well, I figured if there was anywhere you were going to be, it's at that freaking outside bar. So the two things that are good news, Larry.
Yeah.
I've been golfing my face off virtually, and whereas last year I golfed my face off all winter long expecting improvement and had none when it came to real golf, this year I have been making solid strides in my golf swing in terms of the actual mechanics and fundamentals of it, and how everything I was doing was pretty much wrong. And that's why I couldn't duplicate anything. But I have a final tune-up lesson. Tess, that is getting fixed on, what's today? Wednesday. Assuming the bill got paid today was the bill date, then Friday is when they're calling me from FirstNet. I should be able to swap over and download apps. So yes, that's the answer to that question. It's stupid. I can't download app, long story. But I have a final tune-up practice tomorrow I'm excited about. I know nobody cares, but I can't really talk about my lawn because it's all messed up because the plow guy destroyed it. Anyway, the other good news. I get this tooth fixed tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Finally. That tooth broke off in the middle of a Hidden Valley freaking granola bar in August. And tomorrow, I'm finally getting the implant installed. And I'm excited. Kevin, to answer your question, how much snow did we get in Michigan? Not as much as they forecasted, but I would say about 3 inches. But it was blustery winds. The roads were terrible. It was, you know what? I found myself the whole time saying this. When it started snowing again. I don't know if you saw that, Larry.
No.
It said this.
Oh yeah, I get this time of the year, and there's a hint of snow. I go into depression. Like we got back. The weather was terrible, but now it's warming up, and it's going to be in the 80s starting like Friday. So the good weather is shortly coming here. But the bad, it was horrible. When we landed in St. Louis Sunday night, it was 18 degrees. It was horrible. I was in golf slacks and a golf shirt.
Well, yeah, you said something in the chat about it going to be 80 degrees. There's no even feasible. Are you drinking root beer?
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. My favorite.
Is that all you're drinking is root beer?
No.
Oh.
I have a lemonade.
Oh, okay. Well, you're taking it straight on down to Pound Town. No, I lost
back with cruise crud, and I'm still not.
I was going to ask you, right before I hit the go live button, I heard you take a big old hunk and sniff. And I was like, do you have the cruise crud? But
actually got it on the ship.
So it's not going to be that warm around here, but it's supposed to be 55 on Saturday. And our course is supposed to be open for the front 9, walking only. And I'm probably going to go golfing with my dentist Saturday morning on grass for the first time this season, which I'm pretty excited about. To see if I can translate.
Friday, Saturday, 82, Sunday, 85.
Oh my gosh, Larry, it was deathly cold here. I don't know why, but it's the lake. Tomorrow's weather, the high. Oh boy, my phone's going to die any second. Plug it in before it dies. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's probably not getting above 30. I'll guarantee you that.
Oh wow.
Tomorrow.
This is when tornadoes and terrible weather hit though. When we go from 18 degrees to 80, that's when we get terrible storms. And so
Kathy Lane just got off a cruise. Thank God, no crud. Okay, so like I said last week, Larry, I didn't realize you probably told me weeks prior that you were going to be on a cruise. But yeah. I have to tell you here now, a reminder is required because I didn't remember any of that crap.
And I would have, but I lost my phone on Saturday.
Right, and that's the perfect segue into this story.
So, Melissa has a friend. He bought this bar and grill, and she's helping him out. She makes a lot of money working there. But when she works there, she usually don't get home till like 3 o'clock. And I just can't sleep. I just can't fall asleep till I know she's home. So I had to get up at 5. So I literally probably got 2 hours of sleep. She got 1. I had everything packed though. I mean, literally everything. I got up. I had a couple coffees, showered, got dressed. She was here. And so when we get to the airport, we go to the parking spot.
Hey, Doodles is here.
And it is still dark out. And I get on the parking spot, and I was waiting for the guy to give me the little card that shows your parking spot as a reminder. And he did it.
I have a foot fetish. I don't know how I brought it on myself. Actually, I find feet actually very beautiful.
Sorry, I had to say hi to York. Go ahead.
So, Melissa's like, it's Q124. She's like, text it to me. So I got my phone out and I texted it to her. Well, as soon as I did that, people were getting on. The guy's like, oh, I forgot your ticket. Well, I got up and I grabbed the ticket. I'm sitting there, and I'm not kidding. I'm like a zombie. So is Melissa. We are just exhausted. Get to the airport, and when I say it is crazy, it's horrible. Horrible.
It's even worse right now, I imagine.
Yes, the lines were just atrocious. It wasn't that bad to drop off our suitcases, but then the security line, it was huge. Anyway, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I was so upset. I'm like, I don't have my phone. And we were so tired. She's like, did you leave it in my car? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And she's like, no, hold on. You texted me on the shuttle. I'm like, it's got to be on the shuttle. And I'm like, so all of a sudden we're trying to get through security. The line was huge. It actually moved pretty well. And so all of a sudden I was thinking, like, hey, our friends, we had four of our friends, they were going on the symphony the same day as us. They just had a later flight to go to Miami. So Melissa finds the phone number for the parking spot. I call it and I said, hey, I just left my phone on a shuttle. She's like, what? I said, I described the driver. She's like, did you get off at Terminal 1 or 2? I said, 2. She goes, hold on. I can hear it. And the lady's like, yep, I got it. I'll be right back there. Have them come back out and pick it up. I'm like, I'm already through security now. There's no way I'm going back out. There's no way I'm risking going through security again.
Yeah.
I said, I have friends with a later flight. They are using the same parking spot. Can I have them pick it up? She's like, sure. I'll have her bring it to the office. It'll be sitting in the office. They can pick it up whenever. So literally, we're already in Miami.
The odds of this are insane.
They send a picture. They're like, is this your phone? And I'm
Mind
like,
you,
you're pop socket.
Mind you, I think we should clarify, even though you said it, you're on the Celebrity Beyond. They're on the Symphony. Okay, continue.
Yes. So we had already seen, they changed our ports around because we were supposed to be at Cocoa the first day and then Nassau the second, and they switched it. So all of a sudden I was looking, and we were staying in Hollywood, and they were staying in Blue Lagoon. And they didn't get to their hotel till like 9:30. And we were tired, and I'm just like, it's not that big a deal that I don't have my phone. All I really use it for is pictures when I'm on a cruise. So literally the next day, we get an early start. We get to the port. I mean, I hate to depress people, but this Port of Miami traffic, it is out of control. It is so bad. I mean, wicked bad, no matter what time you get there. You just have to be prepared. It's going to take you 2 hours once you get to the port. It is an absolute mess. They have construction going on. They have things closed. Well, Melissa's talking to her friend Jen, who's at the phone. All of a sudden, I look, and next to us, which is like 5 lanes wide with cars, and they're merging, going back and forth through this traffic, I see a van that says Hilton Blue Lagoon. I said, oh my God, they're right next to us. Stick your hand out the window and get their attention. They're right next to us. Lo and behold, the hotel had 2 shuttles, and they were like 500 yards in front of us. I finally just said, and their ship was number 9, and we were number 2. So there was no walking back and forth. And so our first stop was San Juan on Thursday, and we met up there, and I got it from them. But
that's insane.
This traffic, we are sitting so long, and we had the best Uber driver, that cars are constantly merging because you would go from 5 lanes to 2 lanes, 2 lanes to 4, 4 to 3. It was a mess. And even though we came in and the Beyond is right there, you're forced to go all the way down to the end, come all the way back, go back again, and then circle again. People were getting out of cars and walking through terrible traffic because they had just had enough.
Well, that reminds me. Doodles is here. I don't know if you heard me say that.
Yeah.
But El Duderino is here. Didn't we book the Celebrity Beyond and it got canceled for COVID, or was that the Meraviglia? I can't remember. But anyway, sorry.
Beyond, I don't think it's Beyond. It's pretty new. I think it's only a couple years old. So
well, we watched videos on it. I know that.
We're sitting, and these Uber and taxi drivers, they just will cut you off. They'll just cut off. They are just constantly trying to move up one car. We see this huge black Suburban. He's trying to cut across 3 lanes. I mean, like, I don't know how he's trying to, and he hits a car. He hits a car, and they're right to the side of us. And I'm yelling at him, "Listen, get your phone out, get your phone out." He gets out of his Suburban. He hits their car and damages the front right. His looked like a little scratch. He just goes and look at his car. He went over to their car, and it was an older couple, easily in their 80s. He started kicking their doors, pounding, denting the hood, screaming and yelling at them. They were petrified. Petrified. It was like scary crap. It was like, this is so bad. All to get to a cruise ship. It literally took from the time you get right
This is
there.
why you got to call Sugar's Getaway says, "Wow, Larry, you was blessed your friends was able to get you your phone." Yeah, for sure. But that's why you got to call Dewey Ski.
It doesn't. You'd still sit in traffic.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think Dewey Ski's going to jump out of the car and start going King Kong
our
either.
guy was just like, he's like, "This is horrible. This is so bad." I will say to you this bad. We stayed at the Diplomat, which is in Hollywood, which is... I've never been there before, and it is really nice. Really nice.
So, Crazy Cat Traveler says, that happened when I was sailing out of Fort Lauderdale for Sun Princess. Driver insisted on me getting out and walking. Didn't get to the ship until 3. I have to assume, Crazy Cat Traveler, that you contacted Uber or whatever and said your driver insisted this and got your money back at the very least. Because that's some BS. But honestly, I'm quite...
reason we didn't get out is I kept saying, this poor man, he has to sit in this. He's got to sit in this. I don't think it's right for us to get out and leave him.
Well,
he
yeah.
was very personable. We had great conversation.
The thing is, I'm surprised that they even take the trip knowing what they're in for.
He didn't. So all of a sudden, Melissa said to him, well, when we got the Uber, all we needed was a regular Uber. It was like $74. And I'm like, I knew it was going to be a lot because of traffic. Even though Hollywood is north of Miami, but it is south of Fort Lauderdale. We gave him a $50 tip.
How far away were you from our Airbnb at Romania? Because didn't we stay in Hollywood?
I thought it was Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember. But we gave him $50. First I had a 20 out, and then I'm like, this isn't enough. I got out another 10. Then I got out another 10. And I got out another 10. And I felt very good about getting it. He just said, "You're only my second ride of the day, and after this is before he saw the tip we gave him. He goes, "I'm going home."
Can't we rent, like, what we need? I got an idea. I think we could make a killing on this, Larry. You know those things that mall cops drive around on? The Segways?
Yeah.
We create a cargo Segway. Okay? One that can haul like 6 or 7 bags of luggage behind it. And you scan the QR code on this cargo Segway, right? And you take the sidewalks all the way from your hotel to the port in your cargo Segway. I think I'm on to something.
I'm just telling you, this port traffic is so bad.
What about a helicopter? Yeah, like can we land on the helipad?
So I had already seen a bunch of videos, so I knew it was going to be at least
Hey,
2 hours.
Gina,
so I was prepared.
Gina, I'm nothing if not an innovator. I'm an innovator of good things and bad things. As a matter of fact, very quickly, I'm going to show you, and then we'll get into something else, Larry. Hold on. I want to show you. Like I said, I have been, thank you, Tracy. I have been working tirelessly in my basement. This week, I surrounded the bar. Last week, I surrounded the bar in Burlwood. But then my Buffalo Trace shelf, I put Burlwood underneath and above it. LED lights everywhere. I started painting the cabinets, and I got the bright idea today. Like I said, I'm an innovator. I'm a trendsetter. I'm an idiot because I just create more work for myself. You know what I mean? Let me show you something. It's going to take me 5 seconds. Check this out.
All right. 1, 2, 3. So anybody that's cruising out of that port, you have to have patience. You have to have patience. And I don't think it really matters what time you get there. Because when you get there, there's already people in the traffic leaving, getting off the ship. It's bad. It is bad.
Okay. So here's one of my cabinet doors. And today I said to myself, this cabinet door needs a little razzle dazzle. Because when you paint cabinets and you've got such a cool space going on with my bar top, you can't just have a plain painted cabinet. That looks like a plain painted cabinet. So the razzle dazzle came into effect today. I did a test door with epoxy in the beveled inlay.
Very nice.
It's not completely done yet. I got to put the second coat on that's going to contrast the brown. But, yeah, I'm an innovator. Wendy Johnstone says, Larry, you may have the cruise crud, baby. But boy, oh boy, do you look good.
It's the lighting. It's all the lighting.
I mean, come on, tell me that is. Look at it. Look at the detail in that.
It looks really good. There's no question about it.
And wait till I fill the whole thing up. It's and the outsides, like the flat parts, they'll be like a walnut brown, I suppose. But then the other thing I did real quick, Larry, and I don't need to show you a picture. Matt Bird says, you need to add mirrors on the ceiling for depth. It worked great in our bedroom. Matt and Gina getting real sexy. Looking up at themselves when they're going down to the cruise port. Yeah. Matt is taking a cruise to ecstasy with a port side view. What's wrong with me, Larry? What is wrong with me, Larry?
Where do I start?
Gina Bird said no. Oh, I'm sorry, Gina. I couldn't help it. I would make the cabinet panel brown and then make the accent green to match the carpeting. If I only had green carpeting. But I will say this, because I don't want to keep going on and on and on. Gina actually sleeps in a different room. Okay, so today I've been to several. Have you heard of Habitat for Humanity Restore?
Yes.
It's like they sell like a lot of donated stuff, but stuff that they didn't use, right? So today I went to the local one. And I haven't been to the local one. I've been to the one like 15 minutes south and the one 40 minutes south of here. Oh my God. First thing in the morning, first of all, they had a freaking wall of bins full of vintage, like wood inlay cabinet door handles, right? 50 cents a piece. And we're talking like brass, but like it's from 1970, so it's aged. It looks like bronze. It's crazy. I'm so excited, but I need to do some measurements because I found inspiration. I could get out of there for $40, and what I would have spent for that trying to duplicate it or mock it up in real world materials probably would have cost me about $450. So I cannot wait to go back there. I freaking told the guy, I said, look, I'm making a 70s lounge and I'll be back. I didn't have time to really stick around too long, but I'm going to get some measurements. I'll be back tomorrow. Load up the forklift. Get it ready. Fill it up. Kevin says a good patina. Yes. Anyway, Larry, so I'm curious, and you don't have to dive straight into it. You can do the good, the bad, and the boring. But you told me that the description of your trip was the celebrity beyond, the good, the bad, the boring. So take it in whatever order you want. But Crazy Cat Traveler says, I like the Habitat store. I used to work for an agency that supported Habitat for Humanity. They do it because they appreciate the donations but want their houses uniform. Well, this place was selling, listen, there ain't nothing uniform about that store. I'll tell you that right now. But I guess maybe that's where the donations come from, because we're talking, 2x4s for $1.50 that are 8 foot long. Yeah, I know where I'm gonna. Have you tried to price out trim lately? Heaven's sakes alive! I went the other day because I need to hide my LED lights, so I went to get like a shoe step piece of trim, and it was like $18 for a 7 foot piece. And I'm like, I am not spending $120 for that many lineal feet of this crap. Well, guess what? I could get it for like $350 at the Restore. It may not be the shape I want, but it does what I want. So anyway, sorry. Trim has never been cheap, even after you marry it. I forgot people use that as a term, because Tess said the same thing. Price out trim. Yeah, well, I found some pretty cheap trim around here locally, and I'm not talking upstairs either. Anyway.
So the Beyond, it's a newer ship. I sent you that picture to try to give you an idea of the size. It's not very big at all. So I would consider it a medium to. What
would you compare it to? Bigger than
small.
Freedom?
Oh, it's smaller than the Freedom, because that picture I sent was next to the Symphony, and the Symphony.
Oh, I couldn't tell what you were sending me in that picture.
Oh, it's. Our friends are like, we can't believe you're on that little bitty ship.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay, I see it now.
I mean, the Symphony it's huge compared to her. Just absolutely huge.
Larry's on the viewer's right, I believe.
So but it's immaculate. I mean, it is immaculate. I have never been on a ship that, and like the couple of workers said, they're like, yeah, but it's still new. And I'm like, no. The maintenance, like, it is immaculate. You don't find trash, you don't find anything. I mean, it is just the room was really nice. We did have one of the very few balconies that they have on the ship.
I'm not reading that comment, Kevin.
Most of the rooms have the balcony that's part of the room that the window goes up and down. I didn't know if we would like that, so I just got a regular balcony. The only problem with those are they're all the way in the front or all the way in the back.
Well, I imagine that's a common theme on all of their ships, though, wouldn't you think?
all the newer ones, and Royal's coming out with that too.
Well, I mean, the cleanliness and the spotlessness of it.
I would think, I guess so, but I mean, I was blown away by it. I mean, just like, it was really, really, it was really beautiful. It had really, really cool areas. It had a lot of like different themed areas. It had this one room. It was this hallway you walk through, and it's all mirrors. And then the floor is like a type of a slate that has a reflection. And because of the mirrors, and the mirrors were squares, the same as the floor, when you got halfway into the room, you thought you were hitting mirrors on the wall, and you would stop. It was so funny watching people go through it for the first time.
Yeah, I can believe that.
It was such an optical illusion, because we're walking through and I'm like, what is this room about? And the way they have, you can't see when you get to the end, you have to turn to leave the room. So it was really bizarre. It was so cool. They had this area called Eden that people rave about. It's 3 levels. It's just everything with the ship. I mean, I know I'm getting older, but it is just really geared to a much, much older, mature clientele. There's just no question about it. So people would rave about this place called Eden. It had live plants all over, and they had these earthy drinks. And they would put live music. Well, you'd go there, and the live music would be one guy strumming the slowest song, playing it in even the slowest version. And I'd look around, and people are playing dominoes, and they're playing cards, and I'm like, I have nothing against that. That's just not my thing. That's the best way I can put it. It has a lot of areas. It has a lot of areas with no reason for it, with lots of seating. And that's inside and outside of the ship. Just so many areas just to just sit. And
Crazy Cat Traveler said she loved the creepy Hall of Mirrors.
Oh, that was really cool. That was really cool. It's just really, really hard to describe. The atrium is based off of the Martini Bar. And the Martini Bar, I hate to say it, that was the best entertainment on the ship.
Wait, when you say atrium, do you mean like it had a big old jammer up the middle like on Carnival?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. It does not have a Royal Promenade. No.
But it's got the jammer up the middle that looks like two funnels.
It has like a fancy chandelier looking thing.
Oh, okay.
The Martini Bar. But the Martini Bar sits on deck 3, and then there's the bar, and then there's seats around there. Then there's more seats up that's surrounded on 4, and then there's even more around 5. So when these guys get going at night, they'll make like 12 martinis at a time, and they juggle the bottles, and they're very entertaining. They were a lot of fun.
Kevitopia's on fire. I said the jammer up the middle of the ship, and he said #jammer up the middle. Like, the guy's on fire.
So it's just like the one night I said, hey, the headliner show is a guy doing Elton John. And like it was good, but like if he sang 10 songs, 2 of them were like upbeat, and the other 8 were all really mellow. And I mean, I'm not blaming it because it just went with the clientele. It's just a definitely older clientele. They had one huge pool, but there was so few chairs around it. I had to get out there at 7 o'clock in the morning for us to get 2 chairs. They're just. And they would have right next to the pool this great big open area with like these lounge chairs, like a couch, a circular couch. And I'm like, they're wasting space, and people are complaining they can't get a chair. I just thought that part of it was kind of odd.
Well, I think Crazy Cat Traveler, this is kind of interesting. Tell me what you think, Larry. She said, I think Eden lost the cool factor after Royal came out with Central Park.
Central Park to me, I really like it. I don't spend a ton of time out there, but I do like walking out there, especially at night.
Yeah.
The Eden part, like, okay, it's just a small thing. If you don't have the drink package, you're not going to drink unless you have oodles of money. So We were day one.
Well, how much did the drink package cost?
The drink package was $1,550
for 2 people.
For 2 people.
So, all right, so $775 a piece.
Yeah. The basic drink package was about $250 less, and your drinks went up to $10.
Wait. What's the basic drink package?
It was about $1,300.
No, but what do you mean? You still had to pay for each drink? It was just less?
No. When you go to order, so every drink package has a limit as the cost of the drink.
Oh, so you're looking at a natural light or a high noon or a 10 high, bourbon.
You got Jack Daniels. It was so basic. Bud Light, like Miller Lite. It was $10.
Did they have good bourbon though on the premier one?
Oh yeah, so I thought so. So that one went up to $19. So I go to a bar, I look up and I said, "Ooh, I'd like an Eagle Rare." He goes, "It's an upcharge." I said, "How much?" He goes, $28.
For a freaking Eagle Rare with the premium drink package? Shut the front door. You know what? I am starting a revolution. This is outrageous.
I would have had to pay an extra $11 for one shot of Eagle Rare.
Oh, I thought you meant $28 on top of the drink package. No, but still, listen.
It's ridiculous.
Let's just stop
how much is that Whistle Pig 10? He's like, he finally just said, here's a menu.
Oh,
Whistle Pig 10 was like $40.
Oh, no, listen. I learned the hard way on the breakaway when I bought Mr. Inglesby and myself a glass of the Whistle Pig 10, and $90 later.
I'm just let's just say you got a Grey Goose Dirty Martini. That's $19. A 12-ounce bottle of Ultra. 12-ounce bottle of Ultra was $12. It wasn't even covered on the basic drink package.
Larry, Will Cruz wants to know, did you try the pork belly sliders in the Eden Cafe?
No.
I'm not a pork belly fan. It's like bacon, but thicker and fatter, and it congeals. I don't like congealing, nor do I like squeaking. So I won't eat kielbasa, even though I'm Polish, because when you chew on it, it squeaks on your teeth. I can't stand that. It drives me bananas. I can't. If it squeaks one time, I start to dry heave. Like, bleh, bleh.
So with the drink package, I wound up getting. They did a.
I mean, one drink of Eagle Rare for $28.
If you didn't have the drink package, you'd pay $28 plus 20% gratuity.
Yeah, but a bottle costs
$33.
A bottle costs less than 2 drinks of that.
The prices were just.
I'll tell you what outrageous. It is. Don't blame it on the economy. I'm telling you this, Larry. And I could be wrong, but I'm not wrong. I know I'm right. The cruise lines learned a lesson. And COVID shut us all down. So when we were allowed back out, the cruise lines learned, due to supply chain, which was a legitimate thing in the beginning, but they learned that supply and demand, supply chain raises up prices, and people were willing to pay it. And what's worse is after COVID, like especially in the cruise space, people were trying to save money or whatever. They thought they were saving money. The cruise space has just been, taking stuff away while charging you more on the regular. Like, I mean, come on, dude. If you buy the premium drink package, you should not pay $11 more. What was the highest bourbon you could get on the premium package?
I could get Macallan 12.
But that's Scotch. That's Scotch.
Well, my best bourbon was probably Woodford.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I know. I was expecting more, but so our friends that were on the symphony, they got the drink package.
Tess says, "Don't punish me. I get drunk and cause no issues. Just get a bit annoying, maybe."
So they got the drink package for $1,000, and their drink package included a day with drinks at that new place in Nassau, their new private thing.
Wait. Hold on a second. So there was a level above yours?
No. Our friends on the symphony.
Okay,
Their
I
drink
see.
package was $1,000 for 2 people.
And it worked in
included
Nassau.
A day at that private resort in Nassau with drinks.
What do you mean a day? How many days were they there?
We were just there for you stop in Nassau now, you go to the Cove. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
Private beach club or whatever.
So if you're a Royal Caribbean cruiser, you can go to that club.
But you have to pay for it. It's not free like Coco.
But is that something that could be done on Freedom?
Sure, you can buy if you go to Nassau, yes, you can buy tickets. I would look at the drink package. It could include a day there with drinks.
Okay, how much? Okay, that's okay.
So
Well,
they
what
got a great
am
deal.
I thinking? What am I thinking? I know where we're going. We're going to the freaking stick a daggone bearded clam. That's where we're going.
So they got a great deal. Anyway, it just comes down to this. We got a regular balcony room. We had one of the cheaper rooms. This ship has so many different classes, aqua class, and I forgot the other one. The one
Yeah,
has
I
its own
remember
2
that.
floors. And I mean, like if you're in aqua class, you get to go to this restaurant called Blue. But I said, Melissa's like, what's that restaurant? I'm like, well, we had to get an aqua class room, and instead of spending $3,000, those rooms were like $6,000.
So do you get more points in those rooms? I'm just curious.
I have no idea.
You know what I mean?
don't
Like
know.
status?
They're not suites. I don't think so. They're not suites.
Yeah, because
They're
I
just an
noticed
aqua
when I
class
was
balcony.
pricing out Bromania 2 years ago, and we were looking at a couple celebrity cruises. Like there was like the veranda or whatever they call it, and yeah, the classes. The whole thing's confusing, but I get it. It's celebrity. It's not the big three.
They don't have trouble filling it, so that's what
that's what I'm
so glad
saying.
we got the drink package. So
Yeah.
glad.
The
Because I did
concierge
the
class.
math. I mean, at night, Melissa would get a lavender martini. It'd be $18 or $19. It's like, I said, all you got to do is have 4 of those a day. Plus coffee and all that stuff. So I was so glad I did that. And the martini bar was a 10. It was so much fun. It was, we were.
Is that the one that goes up and down?
Yeah, so it had multiple floors. It was like a stadium. And that's what the ship is based around. That's like the hub, right? In the
Wait, so you're on that little jammer that goes up and down? Okay, Tess.
That's a completely different thing.
Oh, I
That's
thought you
called the
meant
magic
like
carpet.
I thought that thing went up and down, and the whole time it's like a big stadium wall.
Okay, that's on the outside of the ship. It's called the magic carpet.
It's gimmick,
on
isn't
deck
it?
14.
It's just like the freaking one on the Oasis class ships, right?
Except one little caveat. It never moves.
Because it's too windy out or too wavy?
No.
Well, what's the point of it being on a rail then?
Because they do move it down to help at some ports with embarkation and getting on and off the ship. That's it. I thought like you would load the thing up and then they would close it off and say, okay, we're going to go down to the water. And you'd be outside the ship close to the water. No, they said, no, we never do that. No, when the bar or restaurant's open, it never leaves deck 14.
That's okay. That's the biggest gimmick in the history of gimmickdom.
Yeah,
like they
and the
might as
first
well
couple
have put
nights
a
we went
freaking
out
water
there-
slide there.
The first couple nights we were out there, you could not stay out there. It was that windy.
Well,
I
Garrett,
mean,
Garrett has a super awesome comment, if you ask me. But my button didn't work. He said, I'm going to have to give up drinking. I can't afford these prices. But, okay, but very quickly, because I want to hear what you were about to say. But, Larry, how did your Royal Caribbean status apply on Celebrity?
So the equivalent is called Elite Plus. So I was Elite Plus. Melissa was Elite.
So does that get you into a special room with hors d'oeuvres and free drinks?
Yeah, but it was so far out of the way, and it was on the inside of the ship. I'm like, I want to be somewhere where so that's the one thing I will say. The views on this ship in the buffet, I forget what they call it.
Buffet? Who goes to the buffet?
Oh, this is not your average buffet.
I know.
You don't go to the buffet for breakfast.
I'm just kidding. Well, I would on Celebrity for sure, but on Carnival, there ain't a freaking chance.
Floor to ceiling windows. So you don't have to sit right at the very end to look outside. Everywhere you are, it's just all windows. It was really cool.
Can I tell you my favorite space? Because you just reminded me of it when you said that. On any cruise ship, like a single space that I really enjoyed a lot. On the Quantum class ships. What's it called? The Area 808. What's it called? Have you been on Ovation? Not Quantum, Ovation or any of those? Whatever that spot is in the back, it's just a freaking 4-story glass wall. It's the coolest thing ever. But anyway, sorry.
That's pretty much what Eden is. Eden has that all across the back. And on the 3rd floor in Eden, it's just a hallway that curves around the back, and they have all kinds of chairs that face the aft, face the wake of the ship. That part was cool. But the buffet, I mean, the food was. This was another thing that I found a little weird.
Garrett says, I'm just going to have to quit.
So, they have 4 main dining rooms. So they have 4 smaller ones, and there are 2 are on one deck, 2 are on the deck above. And each one is a different theme. One is Greek, one is Italian, one is American. I think the last one is French.
Hold on. Sorry. I keep interrupting, but this is very interesting. Yes, you're right. Always Be Booked Cruise Podcast is in the house, and he says the 270 Lounge. That place is cool. It's interactive at night with shows and stuff. Beverly Jidka says, Elite status gives you a happy hour every evening for 2 hours with unlimited drinks off their special menu, plus invites to all captain parties that have free drinks as well.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. So I took a picture of one of those menus.
Oh, boy.
Because I thought someone might ask.
Their special drinks are Jim Beam and Diet Pepsi.
I took a picture just for this reason. I thought the topic might come up.
How you doing, Tommy?
True. It's 2 hours. So you get Absolute, Johnny Walker Red, Bacardi, Jim Beam, Dewar's, Heineken, Bud Light.
That's pretty special. That's pretty freaking special right there.
And then they have wines, but there's no, just say like this, Riesling, Cabernet Sauvignon. So
that's a total, that's like a complete and total, I mean, it's this. You walk in, hello, I'm Larry, I've got Elite status. I hear you have the special menu tonight. Could I get a Buffalo Trace on the rocks, maybe with a splash of water? Oh no, sorry, sir. We have Jim Beam, but it's the Ohio grocery store kind that's actually 40 proof. If that's what you'd like, we can definitely make you a very nice old fashioned.
So this is what I looked at. We had 4 sea days. So I was like, okay, if I'm at the pool and I have 5 Coors Light, or let's just say over the course of 3 hours, 5, that's $60. That's $60.
Yeah.
So the drink package, it was good for me. It was the right move to make. It was good for me. So the four dining rooms, they have the 4 different themes. So you go in and you get a menu. You open up the menu. Everything on the one page and half of another page are the same in every one of the restaurants.
Yeah.
Every night.
And that just screams gimmick.
So it would be a box like this that would be exclusive to that night. The first thing the waiter said on the first night is, the exclusives in each of the 4 restaurants you can get in any of the restaurants any night. So if you wanted some type of fancy pasta, you could go into the Greek place and order from the Italian menu.
That's not see, I'm looking for I'm looking for a curated experience. If I go to location A, I want the experience that I get at location A. I don't want to go to location A and watch the person next to me get the thing that I got the night before at location B. I guess I don't like that.
It was nothing bad, but it was like there was no reason when you were going to eat to say which theme do you want? Do you want Greek? Do you want Italian? It didn't matter. You could order anything you wanted at any of the restaurants. So we just always chose the one with the smallest line.
Brandy Bright's here. Larry, say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I get Larry. That's smart because if you're gonna get the same ship everywhere you go, you might as well go in the shortest line. It's like when you're at Menards trying to check out and some guy's trying to do some weird crap and he bought a bunch of trim without the freaking the code on it, and they got to sit there and look it up, and he's like, sorry. Come on, dude, you're better than this. But I did have a question. Kevatopia says, all I have to say is Festival 2027. Miter is bartender on Jubilee Bar. Best bourbon guy on the seas. I'm just curious. I know a guy named Miter, and his last name is Binisturdy. I'm just curious if that's the same dude. If it is, then I'm all in. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
So though,
well, spell it out, Kevin. It's kind of like an ID10T error. Miter. Binisturdy.
They have 7 or 8 specialty dining restaurants. They have a ton of them. We went to the one called Raw on 5 because I saw people's videos. I walked in, waiter comes over. I said, I don't need a menu. I already know what I want. I said, I want the seafood tower. He's like, oh, you've been here before? I said, nope. I've seen videos. I've seen vlogs on YouTube. This is like 3 or 4 layers of a tower, all with fresh seafood. We had crab legs. We had shrimp. We had 12 oysters. It was phenomenal. I mean, it was absolutely phenomenal. It was so good. Absolutely great. The guy comes
But
back
you could have got it in the buffet.
Actually, the last day in the buffet, they did have a seafood setup. Not as good as the Icon, but it was still pretty good.
Well, I have questions, though. And hello to Brandy Bright, ship show legend, quite frankly. Part of this, what's it called? The late night snacking crew. I forget the name of it, but I like it. I don't know if you saw it, Kevatopia. You can't just pretend. There was a joke there, you missed it. If you got it, you could text it to me. Yes, the Late Night Snacking Society. But so one thing I want to know, despite the fact that you could get, Carnival's menu in any other place, I shouldn't say that. My buddy that I used to work with just went on his first Carnival cruise. I helped him plan it, even though I told him to take the Mardi Gras or Oasis. He decided to go sideways and did the Magic and whatever. Is it true the Magic doesn't have a sports bar? Somebody in the chat tell me, because he swore up and down it does not have a sports bar, which I found completely. His last name is Binisturdy, Kevatopia. Does the Magic not have?
Well, it has.
He said the only place you could see sports was in the casino.
That's not true.
That's what I thought. Okay,
That's
but
not true.
so, what I was gonna say was, I always want to know when it comes to the dining, whether good or bad, right? What I've always heard is that the celebrity food is a step up. Like, people used to tell me Norwegian food was like way better than Carnival and Royal. Carnival is definitely a step down from everything. Carnival is like Shoney's, if you ask me, but that's just me. Yeah, they may have a few good appetizers, but their main courses are freaking Swanson's TV dinners, as far as I'm concerned. That's just me. If it upsets you, I'm sorry. But the service from your servers in the main dining room, tell me about it.
A 10.
Okay.
So you would sit down, somebody would be over within a minute asking if you wanted water. You would have the waiter come over. I take it back. The first thing, a guy would come over with a thing of bread. He would describe all the different types of bread that were in it.
This one's got little goiters. This one's got big goiters. This kind of butter's got the wheat in it.
Over that in detail. Then he asked if you want water.
See?
Then the wine person came over and said, "Do you want cocktails?" I
Really? Wait. Hold on. That's big. Because you get on Carnival or Royal, they look at you as if a cocktail before dinner is something that only a savage would do. Okay, I'm down so far.
I mean, you had 3 people waiting on you: assistant waiter, your waiter, and then the drink person. I forget what they called them, the wine, whatever. But you could even say, "Do you have this wine?" And she'd be like, "Oh, of course we do." And
Yeah.
sometimes she'd say, "No, that's going to be an upcharge."
Well, when you ask for Boone's Farm, you're gonna get it.
I figured that, but it was the service was unreal. Our room guy,
Did you have the same servers every night?
No.
Okay.
Because we went to different
Oh,
restaurants.
that's right. Sorry.
So we never had the same one.
So your steward was good.
Our room guy came in and introduced himself on day 1. Knocked on the door. He came in, introduced himself, went over things, told us exactly what he's going to do. They do your room twice a day still. He would just say the one night I saw him in the morning. He goes, "Lawrence, I apologize. You didn't switch your card. You still had sleeping." And he's like, "If you have that on the door, I can't go in there." And so I wasn't able to do your bed turn down and that at night. I'm like, "Dude, it's okay. You still get the chocolate on the pillow."
Towel animals?
No, we did not get any towel animals.
Kevatopia says, "Be right back. I need a dart."
I'm just telling you, the service, our room guy was amazing. He was so good.
Beverly,
always all the time. He asked how you're doing. Do you have any concerns? Do you have any questions? Do you have plans for the day? He was great.
I appreciate that. I like that because
great.
that's when I did my second cruise on Disney, I didn't really notice it as much, but on my first Royal cruise on Allure of the Seas, our room steward was amazing, and then like my next 3 or 4 were awesome, and it really enhanced my experience. Even just saying, "Oh, Mr. John, how are you today?" I don't know. It just enhanced my experience. But I've had quite a few stinkers since COVID.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I've had cruises where I never met our guy.
Yeah.
Never met him.
I'm just saying.
Or her. Didn't know if it was a man or a lady. Never met him.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't get that.
Beverly Judka says, "I was on Celebrity Apex in December and will be on the Beyond in late May." She was also on the Prima last week. I wonder if you guys were in any of the same ports or no?
Our ports were not good.
Where'd you go?
We had Puerto Plata. That's a new stop, and the port area is nice. So it's got a big pool. It's got a lazy river. That's all included. You don't have to pay anything for that. But it's not very big, and we were there with the symphony. So there was, 8,000 people there, 9,000 people. You couldn't find a chair.
The Prima went to Jamaica, Grand Cayman, and Cozumel. Okay.
Yeah. So it was, and then we went outside. We went outside the town to see the Umbrella Street and the Pink Street.
Oh, yeah, I've seen pictures of that, yeah.
I mean, I know these people are poor, but I swear, if some of these people are vendors would take the non-pushy approach, I think they would make way more money.
I agree 100%.
They are in your face. I mean, so the taxi
I just don't see, when someone attacks you like that, your first instinct is don't buy. But I think what happens is one person is too afraid of the confrontation and just says, screw it, I'll buy something. So that's enough confirmation bias that it's working for them. I really do believe that. But you're 100% correct on that, Larry. As a matter of fact, we could make some serious cash creating an online course for subversive high-pressure sales where people don't know, where you're not coming up, my friend, and slapping people around. Like, you're so right on that. As soon as you get all up in someone's... 99.98% of the people are going to say, no thanks. But then the 0.002% are like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Okay, fine. I'll buy the freaking braided bracelet, even though my name's spelled wrong. You know what I'm saying?
But if no thank you isn't good enough. You have to say it 3 and 4 times, because what they did at this port, they had guys there acting like they were cab drivers. They were on the cabs. When they saw you were walking, they wanted to be your guide. They didn't ask. They would just start walking with people. And then once you get there, they want you to give them money. And these 2 streets we go at, it was a 9-minute walk straight from the port. You didn't need a guide. And I know these people are poor, but it's like, just have a different approach with it.
Yeah, you would think that the Tourism Commission, I guess in the world that we live in, we don't understand the logistics of daily life in those places, especially if the general population is underprivileged. The government probably isn't funded well enough to properly teach the people. But that's why I'm saying this is where we got a niche, Larry. We'll step in. And we'll show proper sales techniques for street vendors that work, because we could really do it up good too. Show videos of this is you walking up in someone's face, and yes, maybe one person out of 78 says, okay, I'll buy a freaking, keychain just to get you out of their face.
You're standing outside your store. How about just welcome to Puerto Plata? Welcome to Puerto Plata.
Oh, Tommy's good.
Just something so basic. Here's the other part. The moment you left the port area, it's a 10-minute walk to these 2 streets.
It's a free-for-all.
Easily past 12 policemen holding guns.
Oh, well, Tommy Casabona says, I'm pretty good at fending them off. He's also very good at regulating the person he's with, because we went to Labadee on Allure of the Seas, and I had no idea. You've been to Labadee, right, Larry?
Yes, multiple times.
On the far side of the island, when you're coming back, you pretty much have to go through the gauntlet before you cross the bridge back over. And I mean, they're aggressive. And Tommy told me he put his arm on my shoulder. He's like, just stick with me, brother. And, you know, some of them are good. They're terrible at the premise of trying to, you know, high pressure sail you, but they're good at the angle they're taking. Like they can read you, like they can see your weakness and they can go for it, right? But I made it across that bridge with Tommy's help. I mean, that's a superpower of his. When he says I'm pretty good at fending them off, he's not kidding. And I think a lot of that has to do with the New York in him, but he's also a savvy guy.
You know the horses that pull the carriages and they put the blinders on the sides of them?
Yeah.
That's how I walk through.
Oh my gosh, Larry, you just came up with another great idea. We're gonna sell freaking street vendor blinders, like sunglasses. You put them on and they stick way out.
I will not make eye contact. I look.
Oh my God, Larry, I'm on it.
Pick it up and I'll say no, thank you, no, thank you. Well, the last time I was in Cabo, we were walking around all those places, and this is what they do. They, and I'd say no, thank you.
Oh my God!
I say no, thank you. Then
you've inspired me.
The thing is it because I'm black? They just get ignorant. It's so the port area. This is my recommendation. The ships are starting to go there. Royal must own all the shops in that there, but Puerto Plata has a really nice pool. It's not super big. It's got a really nice lazy river. Get off the ship, go right there if that's what you want to do to find chairs. Because if you wait an hour, hour and a half, and if there's more than one ship, you're toast. You are toast.
But this is an honest question. This is an honest question. I'm not trying to stir up controversy or otherwise have a guided missile that probably wouldn't work anyway directed at my address. But be honest.
Yeah.
If you're on a cruise and it's going to Puerto Platypus, is it worth getting off the ship?
We wanted to get off because we'd never been there before.
Right. But in hindsight,
so when we couldn't find
like if you could go back to your former self and say, hey, let me give you a piece of advice.
Stay on the ship.
Okay.
Stay on the ship. Because this one, okay, so we're there. We couldn't find chairs. I was trying to be patient. Finally, Melissa's like, let's just go back to the ship. We've got a beautiful pool there.
But then you got to go back through the same gauntlet.
Well, we're already there. No, we just have to go through the port. The port area is fine. And the workers at the port area were not that aggressive. It's out in the town.
Larry, you've inspired me. So 2 products we're going to come out with very soon. A freaking tank top for men and women that just says, no, thank you. And then we're going to have like sunglasses with the little plastic like things that stick out like a foot. And on either side, no, thank you. Or the answer is no. Or it's because, no, I'm not going to say that. But like, I mean, no, I got a better idea. We'll put a long message on the side. I have no money because they charged me $18 for Eagle Rare last night. But yeah, no, you know what? Here's a better idea. We'll sell sleeping bags with a head hole cut out of them, right? And they come with a free, like, Russell cheap football helmet, right? You wear that out into the port, they won't mess with you because they think you got problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, subterfuge. That's the thing. And honestly, I don't mind supporting the local economy. I love to do it.
In my face.
But when you come at me all salty and shady, like case in point, when we were at Infinity Bay Beach Resort, right?
Yeah.
When you broke the sink.
Yeah. Thought we were keeping that on the lowdown.
Yeah, I just thought of another thing. Like, if they come up to you, sorry, I got robbed by the guy before you. He stole all my money when I wasn't looking. He pickpocketed me. I'm actually headed to the police station. That's the answer you give. But I don't know if you remember this, but like you had mentioned about like you get past the port area and then like you're walking down the street and some guy all of a sudden, because of he just like becomes your guide, you know, involuntarily. When we were at, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. When we were there, that there was this guy on the beach that was pretending to be our dude. And he actually hitched a ride on our shuttle back to the ship and continued to play that part, but he got hammered in the shuttle. You might not remember this because you were having motion sickness issues.
I do remember that guy though.
But that guy,
like, who is this?
That guy, he wanted me to send him some pictures that I had taken of him, and he gave me his email, and so I sent him some of the pictures. That dude bugged me for 6 months trying to get me to arrange transportation for him to come back, or not come back, like come to the United States, like, and stay at my house, like to sponsor it. But I walk like I know where I'm headed and make no eye contact. Yeah, but that doesn't stop.
That's my best route, and I just, when they get real aggressive.
Oh yeah, sure, Tess. Sure, Tess. Me in a tank top, that'll deter them for sure. Yep, that'll stop them, Tess. Sure. Yeah, that was you know what that was?
A super awesome comment.
Wait, right here.
Super awesome.
So our one other stop, have you been to Tortola?
No, I've seen it.
British Virgin Islands.
Yeah, and you can see it from our house in St. John. And you can actually take a ferry there from St. Thomas or St. John. It goes to both places. Never been there, but I heard it's really nice.
I watched a bunch of vlogs, and I did a beach that was a little bit further away, but it was not as crowded, and that was really a nice place. It was beautiful, really nice. No rocks.
I'm
nice
sorry,
sand.
I keep interrupting, but a couple things. Johnny V says, "Me no dinero." That's what he says. But Rhonda says one of my favorite excursions was in Puerto Plata. We rode in old classic cars. That's cool. Sorry, Larry. Go ahead.
So Tortola was good. That was a good day. I enjoyed that. It was. We took everything's. These people do this for a living, but they still are so unorganized. But I just finally said, this is the beach we want to go to, Beef Island. And
Beef Island? Wait. Beef Island?
Yeah.
Larry, how was it at Beef Island?
It was good. I'd go back. It was very good.
Tess Almond says, woo woo, I got my first super awesome comment. No, what you got was
a super awesome comment.
All right, I digress, Larry. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
So that's where they've got they call it, it's the bass. They've got these rocks.
Okay,
and all that.
so the salt bass.
And I was like, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. I do not want to crawl through caves and through tunnels and up and down these narrow steps. I'm like, no. I just don't think it's for me. So I did feel bad that I didn't take her there. But this beach, I asked her, and she's like, oh, it was beautiful. It was really good. It was good. It was a really good day. And then our other stop was San Juan. And you know what? I've been there just, I guess just too many times. And our friends, we met up with them, and they had not been there. And I walked about 6 miles in San Juan, which I needed to get some movement going. But it's like...
Did you go to the forts? The freaking rock buildings?
We walked past the one fort, and I'm just like, I've been to these forts. I just said to them, if you have not been in a fort, I'd recommend doing it because the views from the forts are really, really beautiful. You got great views. But once you do the forts once, twice, it's like I'm forted out. I'm just forted out. And then they went to go to this pigeon park, which I think is totally disgusting. So we did go there, and I mean, I just went with the flow. We met up with our friends. We spent the day with them, and it was all good.
Beverly Judka asked the question, have you considered the Westin Day Pass in St. Thomas? Looking at booking it for our Beyond Cruise. There's only one excursion I would do in St. Thomas, and that is book prior transportation with a local driver to... I learned something, and I did want to talk about this, Larry. Beverly, thanks for bringing this up. I just found out today that there's actually more than one ferry going to St. John from St. Thomas. There's Red Hook, which is on the clear other side of the island where you get stuck in all kinds of traffic, and it's like a 25-minute ferry ride. Big ferry. But then there's also, I forget the name of it, but we know it because we've arranged our transportation with the driver we had last year. There's also another ferry that goes like from 5 minutes away from the airport that goes a little bit. I mean, it has to go all the way around the island, but it's only a 40-minute ferry. There's only one excursion I would do in St. Thomas, and this is just me, and I've had fun in St. Thomas. Don't get me wrong. I would be the first person off the ship, meet my driver that I prearranged, get me to that ferry, and go straight to Cruise Bay in St. John and spend the day. That's what I would do. I don't know anything about the day pass, but there's a conversation going on in the chat, Larry, that I must address.
Go ahead.
Tess says, I want to go to Beef Island. Kevitopia says, Beef Island? Do the rooms have curtains? Tess says, I don't care about curtains. I've had an aft balcony. I don't know what she's trying to say, but speaking of San Juan, there's a lot to see in that comment. On St. Thomas, do the free taxi ride from the ship to downtown and walk around, then take a taxi back to Paradise Point. Yeah, there's lots of fun stuff to do in St. Thomas. But when you spend a week in St. John, St. Thomas is Nassau for me. For me. And, I'm partial. I mean, I'm literally wearing a St. John bracelet.
Well, my recommendation for anybody that wants to go to St. John from St. Thomas for the first time is book it through the cruise. So the cruise will put you on a shuttle.
Do they have excursions to St. John?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, yeah,
okay. It takes you to Trunk Bay.
Larry knows what I was saying, judging by his grin. Right. Yeah, no, they do, Tommy. Right. Oh, wait. Tommy says they have a Cruise Bay ferry right at the ship pier. I was talking about Red Hook because Red Hook's on the opposite side.
I bought the excursion through Royal, and it was great, and then you figure it out. So
well, and I agree for safety's sake, but we've made connections over the last couple years. You may pay more, but if there is absolutely ways where like speedboats can meet you and take you across. But Larry, I gotta take this call. All right, don't say anything, caller. Can you hear me? And just say yes. Uh-oh. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on. Can you hear me? What the heck?
So the only point I'm making is if you want stress-free to go to St. John's the very first time, do it through the ship excursion.
Yeah, because then it
After
doesn't
that,
wait.
It's not hard to figure out. But for the very first time, to have no stress, because you're going to have to get transportation to the ferry over, transportation again to a beach, and when you do the excursion, they take care of all that.
Can you hear me? Caller. Can you hear me? Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. Don't go anywhere. Hold on. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? What the heck? Let me try this. I don't know why it's not working. Can you hear me, sir? All right. Let me try this. Sorry, Larry. Keep going.
All right. So those are my 3 stops: Puerto Rico, San Juan, Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata. Again, I always have a great time on cruises. Don't. I hope you don't think I didn't. I did. It's just a little too mellow. Just a little too mellow for me. It's not a late crowd.
Can you hear me? What is going on? My phone is being so ridiculous right now. I can't. All right. Can you hear me? Hello. This is stupid. I have a very important phone call I want to iterate to the folks.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Okay. Give me a moment. Yes, I can hear you. Just give me a second. Hello. Are you there? What the heck? How did this go to... Everything else was working. Yo, can you hear me? I can't hear you very well. Are you there? Oh, you got to speak up really loud. Put yourself on speaker. Oh, well, now you're really loud. Whatever you just did changed everything. So how about now? Now I can hear you. Hello, kind sir.
Hello.
Would you care to identify yourself on the chat? First time caller. Who is this I'm speaking with? Oh, for heaven's sake. So you couldn't hear me just now?
No.
That's crazy. All right. Oh, he put his AirPods in. Oh, Nancy Fields is here, and so is Daniel Fields.
Hello,
But
Nancy. Hello, Daniel.
you should be coming through on this audio channel. Let me just check one quick thing real quick, because I think I might know what it is. All right. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Let's see if this works. How about now? I can hear you kind of. Are you there? Okay. I'm putting you on speaker. All right. So go ahead and identify yourself in the chat. Who is on the phone right now?
Garrett Smith.
Garrett Smith, my son-in-law, Larry.
Oh, Mr. Cruiser.
Yeah, he's in the chat. A lot of you know him. A lot of you have interacted with Garrett, hardworking fella, business owner, general hustler. Just an all-around jack of all trades. But Garrett will be traveling with us to St. John with Eliana and Caitlin and Stella and her friend and Arnold and Dana and me and Kelly. I saw some of your comments early, Garrett, about, the cost of the drink package. It ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. But it's cheaper than what you probably would pay if you just bought them outright. Am I right, Larry?
Oh, it's not even close. So
Larry says it's not even close.
I forgot to bring this up. So I would have one or two. Melissa's probably more like 4 or 5 a day of like a Coke Zero. They're $5. So I said to Melissa, you spend about $25 on Coke Zero alone. I'm just telling you.
Well, I've gained a real.
You have it paid up front. It takes all the stress out of what your bill's going to be.
Yeah, that's the thing for me.
They all do sales.
So the thing for me is that the price is covered up front. So there's no surprise bill, you know what I mean? So yeah, so but I know what you're saying. It can be daunting, and I remember there were times when the lowest, like, you could get the drink package for like $55 a day per person on a lure of the seas. And now you're spending freaking, don't even get me started.
About 75 to 80. Sometimes you can get it less still. You can definitely get it less still. You just have to keep looking.
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't say I'm going to buy it. I think Caitlin will probably buy it.
Yeah. Well, now you're working on the Bluetooth, so hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? So he can't hear me when I'm on Bluetooth. But we can hear him. So I don't know why you can't hear me. Yeah, I have to put you on speakerphone, but I'll get that licked. But I wanted to bring this up because I reached out to Garrett earlier last week. We are going snorkeling, and a lot of people are saying hi to Garrett. You've created a persona within the coop. People know Garrett. You know what I'm saying? But Garrett and I were talking the other day. We're going snorkeling on Maho Bay, and he's all in. But I have a serious question. How do you feel about driving on the opposite side of the road? I feel like as a motocross driver, this will affect you not even in the least.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me at all.
Have you ever driven in a foreign country where it was opposite?
I've not.
Okay.
Can I say that I have?
Well, let me tell you, you are going to love the terrain in St. John. Our house is located in a place that you cannot even access the driveway without a four-wheel drive Jeep.
Oh, that's sweet.
The whole time we're there, you're going to be wishing you had your dirt bike because you'll see. But I'm excited for you guys to come.
Yeah, we're excited as well.
It's going to be a good time. And you'll be on the carnival leg of the Coop Cruise. So
Yes, we will.
Yep.
What's the cost of living like in St. John?
What's the cost of what?
Living.
Extremely high. Oh.
She won't tell me where she wants to move because apparently Polk, Ohio is it.
Well, the cost of living is extremely high because the price of goods to get everything transported from the United States to St. Thomas mainland to St. John, there's, you know what I mean? Everything's higher, but the cost of living is, it levels out because of, it's the cost of living. But I mean, you're gonna spend more at the grocery store than you could ever imagine. But it's all relative when you live there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to have you be a first-time caller on the ship show when the audio was actually fucking working. Although the audio didn't work, and I got to figure out. I think I know why, is because I locked in my audio settings to where it couldn't pick up my Bluetooth audio through the phone, which doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense, but it doesn't. But anyway, Garrett, thanks for calling. We're going to see you in actually a week and a half, because we'll be home for Easter and we have to put up with you for all of Easter. Then we got a whole week. So, hey, make sure Caitlin orders those lights for our snorkels, because we're doing this.
I'm supposed to order lights. She said, I know. I'm ordering snorkels, she said.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Good point, because Kelly told me that you should bring your own snorkel gear, but that's bad advice. You can get snorkel gear anywhere on St. John. Trust me.
Okay.
But you'll probably find it cheaper on Amazon than the local shops, but you still have to pack it and travel with it. That's all I'm saying.
Still, we can get it on the island.
Well, if you buy it on the island, you're going to pay more for the same thing. And, you know, either you pack it and bring it home with you, or I would just get it on Amazon, throw it on each butt cheek with your foot paddles, wear your snorkel on your head as you board the plane. I mean, you can just say, listen, I'm coming prepared. If the ship goes down, I've got my gear on. I'm ready. But, so, all right.
All righty. Well, I appreciate you for having me, and we'll talk to you soon.
Garrett, everybody. Everybody give Garrett a round of applause.
Good night.
Caitlin, I love you.
Love you.
I didn't hear it. Say it louder.
Say it louder. Love you.
All right, Garrett, everybody. Sorry, Larry. I was trying to do a phone call on Bluetooth. I don't know why. It used to work. But yeah, that's going to be a fun trip.
I'm sure you're going to have a great time.
And this year we're staying on the opposite side of St. John than Coral Bay, where it's basically just like hippies who police themselves. Not a lot of shops, not a lot of stores, but there's a beach every 2.5 minutes down the road for 20 minutes. So, and we're renting, what do you call it? Zodiacs? You know, the inflatable boats?
Yeah.
So we can access some of the beaches that you can't access by land. So that'll be kind of fun. We got an awesome Airbnb up on a mountain that you can see Tortola, like you mentioned, and on clear days, some of the other islands. Very excited. I really didn't give it a lot of thought until like the last week when Arnold and Dana and Kelly and I started talking about, like, you know, certain lining up details of stuff. The only thing I'm hesitant about, and this is because I'm the one who handled the logistics of getting us from the airport in St. Thomas to the ferry to St. John, and then from that same ferry back to the airport. The driver, it's the same guy we had last year. He said that, listen, Tess says, Larry, wake up.
I'm listening.
I think when Larry looks down, it looks like he's sleeping, but that's just the angle of his camera. But the guy said that, and this was 2 weeks prior to this whole TSA madness that's been going on. I don't know the people if you've been paying attention, but TSA, this was the first week that they got didn't get paid or whatever.
Yeah.
But apparently
now they're calling in sick.
Yeah. But apparently in St. Thomas, this has been going on for weeks. Larry is solid. Don't worry about Larry. Exactly. Good point, Daniel Fields. And I said hi to Nancy Fields earlier, but I don't know if if she heard it or not. But he told me that the freaking TSA guys aren't getting paid well before this happened this week. And he said, so you need to be at the airport 4 hours early, which puts us in a rather strange predicament because he can pick us up at Red Hook, but that means we have to take the 8 o'clock ferry, which means we got to get out of the house, get it cleaned up, ready to turn back over to Airbnb, drive from Coral Bay to Cruise Bay, which is about a 40-minute drive. Well, maybe 25, but it's going to take a while to get everything packed up and everybody transported. Then you got to catch the ferry. Then you got to catch that cab and ride in the traffic back to the airport. The lines in St. Thomas are fudging. I almost said it. The lines in St. Thomas are like nothing I've ever seen at any airport in my life. It's not even a big airport, but you have to find the red hat guys. One thing I've learned is if you have global entry, there's a different line for you. But if you can't find a red hat guy, the line wraps literally almost completely around the airport. He said right now, because TSA is not getting paid 4 hours minimum prior to your departure to arrive at the airport. So
that is crazy.
But he said it may be different for us only because we're flying out on Monday after spring break instead of Sunday. And that's going to be the busy day. Right? Because kids have to get home.
Right.
So fingers crossed, but I don't care. Everyone will hate me at the end of Monday when I'm fed up with the lines and can't take any more. But anyway, before we go, I just wanted to touch on one final thing. Larry.
Yeah.
If you told me that in your, and we can revisit this again next week if you want. Sure. You break it down a little bit finer, but the good, the bad, and the boring. Elaborate on the boring beyond what you've said so far. I'm just curious because I'm fascinated. I've been fascinated about booking a celebrity cruise for several years now. So was it just because of the older clientele or what?
No. So again, the Lido deck with the pool. The pool was, I've never seen a pool this long. Really long. No, of course, no kids in it, so that part's great.
The guys from
live
Devo.
Music on sea days at the pool. It was piped in recorded music of the same 25 or 30 songs. I turned and I said to this guy next to me, if I hear this Justin Timberlake song one more time, I'm gonna rip that speaker off the wall over there.
Wait. Was dun 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 to just dance that one?
I blocked it out of my memory, so I couldn't even tell you.
Oh, but Kathy Lee or Kathy Lane.
Live music.
Larry said he's got the crud.
No live music on the pool deck on sea days.
Do they have a pub, Larry?
No.
So no like acoustic guitarist or anything?
Oh, but there would be, everything was mellow. Everything was like, and it was just like, I don't know any other way to describe it, but it was just, everything was just so mellow. And the shows were mellow, and there wasn't even that many shows to choose from. And like, there's no
Did you
comedy
see
club.
shows?
Yes, so one night we saw a comedian, but he's the main hit. That's the main show. So there is no like comedy club. There's no piano bar, no dueling pianos.
So like they didn't have like feature shows like on Royal with the Broadway stuff on the Oasis.
Oh God, no! Oh God, no! They have these acrobatic things, which they weren't bad. Like I said, the feature show the one night was the Elton John singer. The one was a comedian. It's like those should be like other venues.
Yeah, like at the Atrium Bar up on that little side stage there. Like
yeah. Here's what I said. I would do Celebrity again in a heartbeat, but it would either be like an Alaska cruise or a European cruise. I am not going to take a Celebrity to the Caribbean again. Just not going to do it.
Yeah, so Daniel Fields brings up a good point because you know what? When I'm on a cruise, you know, a lot of times you're on a cruise where the band is, you know, half the band's from, you know, Thailand or Singapore or wherever, but they're extremely talented. There may be like accents or whatever. I don't expect a whole lot. I mean, Kieran Cox definitely raised the bar, at least for me, as far as pure entertainment value on an evening on a cruise ship. That's one thing. But Daniel Field says, I love reasonable live music on a cruise ship. Doesn't have to be the best, but I need it to be pretty good. I agree 100%. At least, you know, enough to keep my attention. But he said they added an O'Malley's bar. This is a typical Daniel Fields and Nancy, quite frankly. I think they do speech to text a lot because he says they added an O'Malley's bar, I'm Princess, that I'm hopeful for I discover cruise. I think he's saying they added an O'Malley's bar. I don't know what he's saying, but yeah, Daniel Field says it was speech to text. Trust me, I've known the Fields for, you know, more than half a decade. Much like myself and Tess, quite frankly, who loves to correct people's grammar. 9 times out of 10, it's a hot mess. So, yeah, still being O'Malley's bar on the Discovery Princess, they didn't used to be. I thought O'Malley's was on the NCL, or is that something else? What's that sports bar or the Irish pub on NCL? Is that not O'Malley's? O'Leary's? Is it called O'Leary's, Larry?
I don't know.
You've never been on Norwegian?
I've been on the Prima. And
O'Shea's.
It didn't have a Irish bar.
Wait,
so,
now...
So on Norwegian, the rumor show, that's like a 10 on every ship. When they have it. There was one night that there was like maybe a 4-piece band with a singer, and they were at the Martini Bar, and they were great. They were absolutely great. But it's like, how do you not have more of that? There's no venues with anything like that. It's, like I said, if you were in Alaska and it's port intensified, and like when you'd get back and you're having dinner and then you have a few drinks and you're ready for bed because you got to get up again early in the morning, the ship would be great. The ship would be great for that. I mean, great. But when you got 4 sea days, I can't go in Eden. I can't keep going in Eden and listening to one guitar player playing like the slowest stuff in the world. And like I said, I just need a little bit more excitement. And here's the other negative. I lost the first 3 days in the casino, and I felt it was like, I'm done. I'm not going back in. I've lost enough. I'm done. And then the casino, that was one nice thing. Anybody in the casino that's playing gets free drinks.
Oh, that's
you do
cool.
not have to have the drink package. It's
Wait.
like Las Vegas.
Can I ask a question? Because who said that? Okay. So I feel like this is accurate. But the Irish pub on Norwegian, I never made this connection until this very moment. I was this many days old until I made this connection, but I feel like it's a legit connection. It's called Oceans, the Irish pub on Norwegian. And I know he said it as a joke, but I think, quite frankly, it's legitimately why they called it that. Because of oceans. Yeah. I was this many days old until I made that connection. But Daniel Field says the bar that he's talking about is called O'Malley's on Princess. Maybe it was called The Local before. But he thinks it's named O'Malley's after, the famous Rupert Holmes Pina Colada song.
Right. Could be.
And a bar. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a deeper dive because I have a lot of questions about not just the service. You mentioned your room steward, but I want to talk, and I want to talk about this next week if you're going to be here, right?
Yep.
So we'll talk about the cruise director. We'll talk about how my golf lesson went. Probably a 70s lounge update. Tessa's tank tops that she wears. But, I'm going to implement this week a very hard advertising campaign for the No Thanks tank tops and the blinder sunglasses that we can wear, or just a big, when you used to go to like Cedar Point or like Six Flags and you could buy those great big giant sunglasses. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But instead, across it just says, "I'm broke." Or something. That wouldn't stop them. What you say is, you just write leprosy. I don't know. You COVID positive. I don't know what you do. Or no, I got it. I got it.
Try to walk in a straight line and don't
No.
make eye contact.
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to design. Now you have to hear me out. It's a DIY circumvention of this is brilliant. Okay? This is brilliant. You have to bring your own blue cargo shorts. That's a given. Okay? You bring your own blue cargo shorts. Now, if you want to bring a pair of like black boots for effect, feel free. Just don't wear sandals. Wear some sort of boot if you can, or shoes, like unassuming shoes. But you have to bring the blue cargo shorts, okay? All right? I'm going to sell on one of the platforms that I use a hat with a badge on it, right? And then a blue t-shirt that says I'm a police officer. So you get off the ship and you get out into the port, they think you're like the local authorities. They won't mess with you.
Could be.
Of course, you could be arrested for impersonating an officer, but you could put in fine print like, director of fun or something. I don't know. I'm on it. I'm on it. But so I think you covered a lot of stuff tonight, Larry. The vibe I'm getting is basically that was your first one, correct?
Yes.
So you were let's frame it this way. You're obviously Diamond Plus, Elite, Platinum, Gold, extra plated on Royal. But like you had your first time on Carnival, you had your first time on Norwegian. Any other cruise line?
I've done Royal, Carnival, Norwegian, now Celebrity.
Okay.
And way back in the day, I did the Big Red Boat.
Okay. So you've had your first cruise on all these ships, right? And you draw your own conclusions from that first time, right? Like you're making judgments on how it went. Would you say that you were underwhelmed?
I think because it's known that Celebrity is Royal's premium line. I was just so excited about it. I think my expectations were just too high. And I just thought there was going to be a lot more activities, even daytime, especially nighttime. Like again, the ship is beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful. It just, to me, it just has a lot of wasted space that you could turn into something a lot better. But I think it was just, I had such high expectations, and I had I watched so many YouTube vlogs.
So did I.
On it, that I think I was expecting too much.
Yeah, Daniel Fields, I know. I'll figure something out, okay? But Tess Almond, I as much as it pains me, I have to say this. That is not what I was trying to say. But I do like that I pulled up the pull my finger. That is not what I was trying to say at all. But that's funny. I didn't even know I still had that in here. I don't even know where that came from, quite frankly. This is what I was trying to do.
Super awesome comment!
Tess had a super awesome comment. And she directed it. Wait, I have to announce this. Nancy Fields has a collection of designer sunglasses. Good to know. Blue cargo shorts, confused. Okay, where's Tessa's comment? I saw it. Kevatopia, stop. Just stop. If you need socks, then you don't need sandals. And if you need sandals, you don't need socks. That right there is, those are words to live by.
Super awesome comment!
And don't try and tell me that's all the rage because that's what the kids are doing. Because we are jumping the shark by doing what the kids are doing. We can't do that. We have to stick to our guns. Sandals and socks, they don't play. There is no conversation that you will ever have with me that the socks are appropriate with sandals. And don't try and throw in the Adidas ones that are like flat on the top. Sandals and socks don't go together, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have sandals, then wear socks if you have to. Tess, you know what? Tess just had another one.
Super awesome comment!
Nobody cares what the kids are doing because we're smarter than them. Which reminds me, Larry, I have a hilarious story to tell you sometime soon about what happened. And Caitlin, she's here. She commented with a lobster. I don't know what that means. Oh, lobster foot. I know exactly what Caitlin's trying to say. And dagnabbit.
Super awesome comment!
That was a super awesome comment, too. It took me a second to register, but Caitlin, that was brilliant. Oh, that was brilliant. As a matter of fact, I completely lost my whole train of thought there. Robin Allison says, 2 super awesome comments in one show. Yeah, but she'll misspell something and I mean, she did. She got 2 super awesome comments, but she also got
A super awesome comment.
she got one of those too. So it's really just one super awesome comment because it balanced out. But Caitlin completely. Oh yeah. Sandals and socks, they don't work. We're smarter than the kids. And Larry, the story that happened to me Saturday night with my youngest child is a doozy. But I won't say it here. It wasn't bad. Could have been, but oh, no. It says
A super awesome comment.
one more time.
A super awesome comment.
No, my longest. Oh, no, I'm talking about Stella. Luna is not a child. She's a canine. But I will say, yes, Caitlin, you're an angel. You just didn't. I guarantee there's a long list of things that you did that I didn't know about. Don't even try it. But we did. Yesterday was a bit of a sad day. Stella's gecko died after Kelly took it to the vet and got it injected. Larry's like, who has geckos and why are you injecting them? That's what I said. That's why in the intro, there's a song about I never thought my future wife would have us driving from Michigan to Ohio with a bearded dragon and 2 geckos riding shotgun in the car. But anyway, no, Kiwi didn't die. The gecko died. Kiwi's a bearded dragon. I think his name was Guacamole or Salsa. I don't know what Stella called that thing. It died. It died yesterday. Stella was sad, but I digress. We will be live next week. And I believe the following week is Easter, and we won't be live. But we will go live in St. John. And Larry, just so you know, your co-host will be Garrett. It'll be you and Garrett hosting the ship show.
Okay.
I'll be there for support, but we're going live in St. John. Arnold will be there too. Wait.
In 2 weeks, that's April Fool's Day.
Well, we are definitely not fooling you when we say we're going to St. John. But this goes, this goes out to Mr. Z.
Mr. Z is here. Everyone say hi, 'cause Mr. Z is here.
Nancy says, sorry for your loss. Yes, the lizard was a tough one. I mean, there was nothing better in the mornings than waking up to him nuzzling my neck and looking for a treat. I'll be honest. I'm not a lizard guy. I did take care of the lizards when Kelly and Stella went out of town on a gymnastics tournament. But the geckos especially never came out of their little freaking cave. You never saw them. You didn't see them. You just didn't see them. You turned the light on, you kept the heat on, and you threw some worms and stuff in there. Not my kind of pet. I'll tell you what's my kind of pet. Nova! Luna, come here. These are my babies right here. Come here, baby. Oh, yeah. You see that? That's the kind of pet that can give you feedback. A lizard poops like a bird and acts like a ghost. So anyway, Thank you, though, for the condolences. Yes, the geckos were essentially fish. But, yeah, Larry, I do want to break down some of the finer points of that cruise. Just because, and quite frankly, I've seen the videos, YouTube, they hype it up and they say it was the greatest thing ever. But I've really been fascinated about celebrity lately, and it took a little bit of wind out of my sails. But especially though, Larry, since it's a newer ship,
Well, again, there's no kids because there is nothing for kids to do. There's no water slides. There's no rock climbing wall. There's no basketball court. There's no miniature golf. There's none of that.
Do they have geckos?
They might. I didn't see any. But the casino, the nice thing about the casino is it's smoke free. It's the only one I've ever been in that doesn't have smoke in it at all. Like I said, there's a lot of positives to it, but it's just to me it was lacking some pizzazz.
Okay, so this is an interesting comment, but I have to address Crazy Cat Traveler. She had the super awesome comments are very frequent in the waning moments of the show.
Super awesome comment!
She says the kind of pet that eats your internet cord. She's asking. No, a gecko's not interested in my internet cord. Quite frankly, I don't know what the hell a gecko's interested in. But then Daniel Field says, I had some friends that just did about like a 20 to 28 day Australian, New Zealand sort of Fiji celebrity cruise, and it looked fantastic. Sort of? But what is sort of Fiji celebrity cruise? Oh, he's saying they did Australia, New Zealand, and sort of Fiji celebrity cruise. Okay, gotcha.
So that's what I said. If I was on the Beyond and I was in Europe or I was in Alaska, I'd say it was awesome. It was a perfect ship.
The freaking super awesome comments won't stop.
Super awesome comment!
Geckos are into insurance.
That is true.
Let me tell you something, Larry, before we go. I've told you I've been working down here like a freaking madman. And it's coming together. It's almost done. And I'm going to have a party very soon. I actually sent the proofs or the print-ready images, and I'll show you this, of... Oh, my phone died. No, it didn't. Of the sign I'm having made for my 70s lounge right above the bar.
Very cool.
You see that?
Yes.
The Regal Rooster. It says strut in, stagger out. I'm having that printed backlit on acrylic. But let me tell you something. The other day I was working on one of those pull-out trash cans in one of, I cut out the side of my bar, like the end of it, and put in like a slider drawer so I could put a trash can in there and basically hide it from Luna, who can smell, a crumb of a cookie from 3 weeks ago at the bottom of the can, right? I don't know about the Regal Beagle thing. It just rhymes with rooster because I think the Regal Beagle is more 80s. But I will say the first thing you see when you come down the steps to my basement is literally a picture of Mr. Furley in a leisure suit. And I had a little office sign printed that I can stick at the bottom of the poster that says Ralph Furley, assistant manager of the Regal Rooster. But anyway, I was down here working on that trash can late on Saturday night. Probably, well, not late, but probably this was Friday night. My apology. It was probably about 8:30, and I'm bent down in the cupboard, like trying to line it up and get the sliders to work right. And a huge storm hit. You guys, did that storm come through where you were, the rainstorm?
What day was it?
I think it was Friday night.
Oh, well, I wasn't here, so.
It's the sign for my 70s lounge. It's going directly above the bar. Oh, that's right, Larry. I'm an idiot. No, but he should. But it is literally the first thing you see when you come down the steps, and it definitely sets the mood. What I've decided is that I'm calling it not so much a 70s lounge. What I'm calling it is 70s sitcom couture. It's a whole new niche in the decorating space. It's not 70s mid-century modern. It's mid-century sitcom couture. That's my decorating style. It's corny as could be, straight cheese all the way through, but with class. Ship show classy style. But anyway, I'm putting this trash can in, like trying to line up the sliders, and all of a sudden, I'm not kidding, water starts leaking on my back. And like when I tell you, I'm not kidding, I literally spend about 6 hours a day down here working to finish this project. And in that moment, the amount of time I've spent doing this, like water was leaking out of the soffit where the ductwork runs in my basement, and at the door where the sliding doors are, where I let the dogs out into the backyard. It was torrential. Like, it was a torrential downpour, and I saw how much water was coming down, and I was like, oh my God, this whole thing's ruined. And oh my gosh, Brandoline, that's really good. Cotter Couture. Welcome back, Cotter Couture. I think I may have to use that. Welcome back, Cotter Couture. That's it. You just freaking nailed it. It's Cotter Couture. Freaking, I'm telling you, that deserves a prize. It is. It's Cotter Couture. So true.
Super awesome comment.
Oh my God. Thank you, Brandy. But I ran upstairs like to tell Kelly, we got a huge problem. And I'm like, the roof's leaking. And I figured if the roof was leaking, it would be wet upstairs too. So I'm running around trying to find where else it's wet. And it wasn't. So Crazy Cat Traveler, welcome back, Cotter. It was Google welcome back, Cotter. Brandy nailed it. It's Cotter Couture. It's so perfect. Oh my God, thank you. That is so perfect. Oh, you remember that, Larry?
Yes.
Lenny and Squiggy? Wait, was that Welcome Back, Cotter? No, that was Laverne and Shirley. What was that kid's name?
Horseshack.
Horseshack, that's it. Anyway, I went, since it wasn't coming from above, I went to my deck and I looked up. The rain was coming down so hard, it was overwhelming the downspouts, so the water was coming in front and the back of my gutters and running down the side of the back of my house and got behind my deck. And came into an opening and got into that soffit area, and I freaked the hell out. I thought I was going to have to tear out the ceiling, and then I went to ChatGPT and explained what happened, and the good news is, where my soffit is, I have full access, like straight through to look from my furnace room, where I can see a straight shot through to where that water was leaking. And I literally, not where I live, Daniel. I live like kind of on a hill, so my house is dry all the time. It was just that I need to put new flashing on my deck, apparently. But also, don't get me started. I should have had 5-inch gutters and not 4-inch gutters, but that's another story for another day. But I ran a fan in the soffit for like a week and ran my 2 dehumidifiers and a giant like airplane fan that's like 5 feet tall, and for a week. And I took a humidity sensor and dried it out before mold happened. So yes. Another super awesome comment, Larry.
Super awesome comment.
Robin Allison says, so you had a water feature in caricature. So anyway, we got to go. Yeah, I do find solutions, but I also create a lot of problems. Am I right, Larry?
Yes, that is very true.
I may find a lot of solutions, but I create just as many problems. Like, let's just be honest. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right. So we're going to say goodnight now. And I'll let you close it out, Larry.
All right, good to be back. If you can come up with questions for next week, put them in the chat. I'll try to answer them. Again, all cruises are good cruises. I had a great time. Ready to cruise again. I want this crap in Miami, the port of Miami, to go away though. So Paul, our driver one day said it's not supposed to be complete until 2027. So I think the traffic is here to stay for a while.
Yeah, that whole loopy thing that you have to do, even like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you get, that's the crux of the issue. But
go this way, then back. It's just
that's what I'm saying, Larry. I mean, I don't know if you know a good engineer, but we could develop these freaking these cargo, mopeds to get us to the port.
Again, there's at least there was 10 ships there, so there's at least 50 to 60,000 people getting off and getting on. They just keep adding ships, and it's just be patient, be prepared, be patient. That's the best I can say.
You know what we need to do is build, like, you know how you used to go to the bank and like you would make a deposit and stick your deposit slip in the tube and it would go to the teller? All the local hotels need to have like a tunnel system where you jump in the tube and whoosh, it takes you straight to the port. You're right. I am a solution guy. But then eventually someone would get stuck in that tube and then another tube would come flying down and crush them. And, that's as far as my powers go. So everyone remember this. It's a weird world we live in. Politics are something else. But one thing I've learned from our community is despite our beliefs or regardless of our beliefs, being nice to each other is always the play. And the cruise community, for the most part, some of y'all, maybe not so much, but not in the coop, just out in the basic community. You're stinkers. You suck. Your politics take way too much of your life. But we've been nice to each other. So I ask, especially now, let's all be nice to each other. Who knows what's going on in this world today. Thank God we're still able to travel like Larry, but we're out of here. Don't take any wooden nickels, and remember, okay? All right.